Finding the right backpack can be difficult, especially when backpack manufacturers try and make one specific backpack to fit every single person. That in turn ends up with a backpack that has way too many pockets or not enough pockets at all. Now, depending on your needs, you can go for a backpack that has a lot of organization, very techy, or you might like something that's a little bit more minimal. I, for one, like to carry light and minimal, whether that's for work or for personal. All of my life lives digitally. All I really need is a notebook, usually for notes and a task or to-do list. And then I need something to work online. And that's usually a MacBook. That's what I'm carrying personally and for work right now. And the backpack I was using before the Bellroy Venture was the Bellroy Melbourne. And that was a great backpack, very minimal. It allowed me to fit my 16-inch MacBook Pro in there, even though it was a very tight fit. It still fit in there for personal use, and my work one fit there without a problem. The only thing is that for work, I do carry a lunchbox, and those magnets on that backpack are very light. They're not strong enough to stay closed. Now, I really like the whole flap open, non-roll top type of design. So the Bellroy Venture was a great option for me. And the way they fix the magnets is by now having a latch system that's much more secure, because it doesn't require kind of the force of magnets. It doesn't open automatically. It hooks on, and then it has a ridge at the end so that when it hooks on, it kind of stays in place and won't come off unless you really try to pull it. And because of that, this backpack is very secure, and it also has a lot more capacity. It has 22 liters versus 18 liters on the Bellroy Melbourne. And again, because of the magnets being so weak on the Melbourne, that 18 liter capacity was actually more like a 12 to 14, because anytime you went over that, they kind of opened up automatically, which really sucked for that backpack. And the Bellroy Venture also has that flap open style with the hook system this time, which, like I mentioned, is a lot more secure. And it also has full access to the front. And the slide hook style on this backpack is going to be a two-handed use. I know some people don't like that. Some people would have liked it to be a one-handed use, but I personally like it, again, because it's going to be more secure. And if you like to travel a lot, it's a lot less likely to be pickpocketed, because you're going to feel someone kind of holding the backpack and then pulling it, rather than if they try and pull it with just one hand, you're going to feel your whole backpack be yanked straight to one side. And the hook system on this backpack does have multiple loops that it can go through, which means that you do get some compression with this backpack. So if you're carrying a lot lighter than 22 liters, you can go straight to the last one, but you can also stuff this backpack all the way to the top and then go to the last loop available at the top. Now, it also has very minimal branding. All of the Bellroy branding around this backpack is going to match. It's going to be that dark gray, so you can barely see it only when you really shine a light on it, or if you get close to it. Otherwise, if you're looking at this backpack from far away, it just looks like a sleek, minimal black, matte black backpack. And it does stand up by itself if that's a feature that you like. Now, when you get to the inside of the backpack, you will have 6 other organization compartments. 2 of those will be taken by the laptop and notebook compartments, but you do have 4 other ones. 2 are zippered and 2 are just kind of on the side that you can use. One thing I didn't like about these compartments is that they all eat up into the main compartment. Now, this is a bigger problem for me because I do have a glass container in my lunchbox, which means it doesn't really mold or fold too much compared to something like clothes. If you're using this to kind of keep an extra sweater at the bottom, that should be completely fine, because a sweater can kind of go inside, compress, I guess, whenever you put something else in the other pockets. But if you have something that really doesn't move, say a water bottle, glass container in your lunchbox or something like that, it is going to be a problem, because the other pockets kind of nudge out outside of the zippered pockets. So because of that, I don't really keep many things on these inside pockets, and I don't really use them. If anything, I would use them for snacks. And then I have the top zipper pocket with a couple of cables, charging cables for my phone and my mouse at work. But other than that, these mainly stay empty. Now, if you are going to be using the zipper ones, I just recommend that you use something flat. If you're going to be traveling, the bottom one is a great spot for a passport or your wallet or boarding passes, because you do get side access to this pocket, and it is going to be more secure because it's kind of like a 2-step process. So again, it kind of deters thieves from getting into this bottom pocket, because you would have to slide the side zipper down first, and then you can slide the other zipper on the inside and get into your documents. Now, one thing I do like about the laptop compartment on the inside is that it is going to be suspended. It feels something like 2 inches off of the bottom. So if you do drop your bag, you do get some of that safety measure. It won't completely protect it, so don't go dropping your backpack, but it is going to help a little bit in case of any drops. And something I do wish was a little bit larger or more expandable is the tablet compartment, because you can barely fit a 12.9 inch iPad Pro in here, and that's without a Magic Keyboard and without the Apple Pencil. Now you do get a pen pocket, which I do use. I've mainly been using a notebook and pencil instead of the iPad, so it does help me and I am able to use it. But the pen pocket, honestly, it almost seems like a bad design. You can fit a pen in here, but because of that, you can't put the iPad with the Magic Keyboard, which I know a lot of people use. And then the pen pocket also only takes up the top half of the larger pocket. And then you just have a nook at the bottom that either things can get lost or it's just unused space. And on the outside, you get 3 different pockets. 2 of them are water bottle pockets, even though one of them is going to be geared more towards your everyday items, something that you can just throw in there, a quick access pocket. It even has a key leash in there, which I do use, and I really like to use because it is going to be more secure and it's easy to reach. That way you're not digging around for your keys. I usually just grab onto the leash and I can pull them straight out. Now, when it comes to water bottle pockets, these are some of the worst ones, I guess, for my experience. I do use a larger 32-ounce hydro flask, so that could be part of it, but it's difficult to fit it in, even without a laptop in there. Kind of that back panel and the laptop pocket is a little bit stiff, which is great for padding a laptop sleeve, but it's not that great when you're trying to fit something and you can't really expand or you can't really mold the opening a little bit larger to fit your water bottle in there. Now, even though one of these pockets was meant to be more of an everyday carry item pocket, it doesn't have any organization. So you are still just kind of stuffing things in one giant cavity, which again, depending on what you carry, could kind of get messy if you're just stuffing it in there. But you can always get another tech pouch or a smaller sleeve that you can just stuff in there, and you can organize it in that sleeve and then just stuff the sleeve on one of the sides. But do keep in mind that these water bottle pockets, both the left and the right, do eat into the main compartment. So if you are stuffing the sides, you won't be able to put as many things on the inside of the backpack. And that's something that's bothered me since the Bellroy Melbourne. So kind of to fix that, like I said, I've always been using my water bottle inside the main cavity instead, because it's easier to place in there. And then either way, if it's going to eat into that main compartment, I might as well just place it in there. And the third pocket on the outside is going to be on the flap, and this is meant to be a sunglasses pocket, so you can just throw your sunglasses in there and then kind of have an easy access to them. It does have a soft lining so your glasses won't get scratched. You don't need a case to throw them in there, and you can also throw your phone, which again, the screen won't get scratched because it does have that soft lining. You can also use it just as a quick access pocket for, again, your wallet, keys, and your phone. You can throw everything in here, and the zipper does kind of go into one of the sides, so it does deter thieves from getting into this small pocket at the top if you just hide away the zipper. Now, I personally carry very light and minimal, like I mentioned, so whenever I put things in this backpack, everything fits perfectly. I don't need any extra pouches, but I do recommend that if you're going to be carrying a lot more than I am, that you get more tech pouches, more organization pouches, so you can throw them in here. It is going to be a lot easier than fitting them in all of these pockets, because again, every single pocket in here kind of goes and eats into the main compartment, which is going to be difficult if you're stuffing all the sides and then you think, oh, I still have this giant pocket. But that won't be true, because you would have taken up all that space with every single other side pocket. Now for me, I don't carry many items. I do carry my laptop, whether it's the work one or my personal one. I have a notebook to write down notes and any tasks I need to do. I carry a pen to write on the notebook. And then I also carry some charger cables. One of them is going to be for my MacBook. Because I do have the 14 and the 16 inch, they both charge via the same cable. So I just need to carry one. And then whether it's for work or for personal, this is the one I can use. I also carry a USB-C and a lightning port cable, which I stuff on the inside zipper pocket. I use the top one because again, the bottom one would eat into the main compartment, and that main compartment is kind of saved for my water bottle and for my lunchbox. Now again, that right outside pocket I do use for my wallet, keys, and my headphones. I can keep everything in here along with the MacBook charger, which I place in this pocket because I don't like putting it on the inside so that it doesn't kind of clash or hit the lunchbox or my water bottle. And lastly, I do use the sunglasses pocket for my sunglasses. So I keep my pair of prescription sunglasses in here along with a cleaning cloth in case my regular glasses or my sunglasses get dirty. Now, like I mentioned, I do like to carry light and minimal, so I don't have many things in this backpack. The Melbourne was fine for kind of my personal carry because as you guys saw, I just have a water bottle in the main compartment. But whenever I had to take it to work, whenever I put a lunchbox in there, it kind of got messed up. And I don't like switching backpacks, one for personal, one for work, and then having to switch all the stuff back and forth because that's how I forget things. There's been times when I've gotten to work and I've either forgotten a charger or I've forgotten my MacBook. And then that's a bigger problem because then it's double the work, double the travel time just to get my MacBook again at work. And then my work and my personal hobbies, such as this YouTube channel, is all digital. So it's very nice to just be able to carry my MacBook, whether it's for work or personal. And both of them will have my complete digital lifestyle, my digital work, everything saved in there because it's all via the internet. It's nicer to not have to carry as many things. It's nicer for when I decide to bike commute to work once it gets a little bit cooler out here in Arizona. I don't have to carry as much on my back. So that's always a nice plus. Overall, I think this is a great backpack for everyday carry. It is 22 liters, so you can still carry a lot of things in this backpack without it being too bulky. Now, if you do like to carry a lot of things, I do recommend that you either get tech pouches or you kind of work out a plan where you use every single pocket in this backpack and then just not put anything in the main compartment, or you keep one large thing in the main compartment and still use up all of the other organization pockets. Now, if you do like to carry lighter than me, the Bellroy Melbourne is still a great choice. Again, it works really well. If you're not stuffing it to the max, I would say it's more like a 14 liter, but if you're just carrying your laptop, maybe a notebook or a tablet, and then maybe some snacks, that's a great backpack as well. It has a nice clean design. I've always liked it, and if it wasn't for my lunchbox, I definitely wouldn't have changed it. And if you guys like this video, make sure you guys get subscribed so you guys don't miss any of my future uploads. Make sure you guys hit the like button if you guys enjoyed the content. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Click here to watch another one of my videos, and I will catch you guys on the next one.